There are people who seem to glow from within. The ones who never raise their voice, who always listen, always forgive, and never show their teeth. We call them kind. But sometimes, kindness is just another mask for fear. Behind every soft smile, there's a storm that never learned how to speak. A polite war happening in silence, where anger is buried alive under apologies. When you spend your life trying to be good, you forget how to be real. You start performing tenderness just to avoid rejection, and soon you can't tell where the kindness ends and the lie begins. The world praises you for your light, but never asks about the shadows that keep it burning. Kindness begins as choice, but for some, it becomes instinct, a reflex to please, to surrender before conflict even starts. You smile when you're hurt, you nod when you disagree, and every yes feels like a small funeral inside your chest. They call it empathy, but what it really is fear. Fear of being unloved, fear of being seen, fear of being yourself. And so, you fade quietly into the background, like dust in soft light, still visible, but no longer alive. Kindness can be quiet, but control is quieter. It comes wrapped in soft words, disguised as help, as guidance. As I only want what's best for you. They fix you, heal you, advise you, not to free you, but to keep you orbiting their gravity. They don't chain your hands, they bind your heart with gratitude. Every "I'm just trying to help" is another thread in the web. And soon, you're not being loved, you're being managed. You thank them, you feel safe. You even call it love, but love that demands obedience was never love, only fear wearing a halo. Good people rarely get angry, they prefer to disappoint you instead. They punish through silence, through absence, through subtle withdrawal of warmth. They don't shout, they don't fight, they just stop smiling, and somehow, you end up apologizing for a crime you don't remember committing. That's the genius of gentle cruelty. You never see the knife, you just feel yourself bleeding. And the whole world calls it kindness, because the mask never slips, and the victim always looks like the one who lost control. There's a special kind of goodness that feeds on broken things. Some people can't stand the silence of peace. They need someone to save. They need a wound to feel alive. They call it compassion, but it's addiction. Every act of rescue whispers, "See, I matter. I'm needed. Without your pain, their light would go out." They take your chaos, turn it into their story, and crown themselves the hero. But when you heal, they start to disappear. Because saviors cannot exist without someone to save, and so they break the ones they claim to protect, just to keep the role alive. Every act of false goodness leaves a bruise on the soul. You can't see it at first. It looks like virtue. It sounds like peace. But rot always starts quietly in the silence after you've said yes to many times. In the mirror you avoid, because it shows the person you became. Pleasant, hollow, obedient. You tell yourself it's love, that being needed is the same as being seen. But deep down, you feel the decay spreading. The smile becomes heavy, the eyes dim, and even the light. starts to smell like something dying. Suppression has an expiration date. One day, the smile trembles, the voice cracks, and the quiet scent finally bleeds. Maybe it's a whisper that turns into a scream. Maybe it's a slammed door. Maybe it's just silence. The kind that finally feels honest. People say, "You've changed." But the truth is, you finally stopped pretending. The body always tells the truth, long after the soul grows tired of waiting. All those years of patience collapse into one word, enough, and for the first time, you see what's left beneath the ashes of goodness. It isn't evil, it isn't madness, it's you, raw, unfiltered, aching and alive, finally allowed to exist. Every halo casts a shadow. The brighter the light, the longer the darkness behind it. For years, you worshipped the light, tried to be pure, gentle, safe, but purity is just another prison. It denies the parts of you that make you whole. You can't kill your darkness. You can only meet it, look it in the eyes, and say, "I know you." Only then does the light become real, no longer performance, but awareness. And you realize the kindest thing you can ever do is stop lying to yourself. Kindness without truth is just control dressed in grace. Truth doesn't arrive with thunder. It comes quietly, like dawn after a sleepless night. You start to see that your goodness was never a virtue, but a shield forged from fear. All those years of pleasing, forgiving, helping were just a way to avoid yourself. But the moment you stop running, the mask falls. And what's left is not shame, it's freedom. Freedom to be angry, to be imperfect, to be whole. You realize that monsters and saints aren't opposites. They're reflections of the same light, bent through different kinds of pain. We hurt others when we deny our shadows. We save others when we learn to hold them without flinching. Goodness without self-awareness is dangerous, but kindness born from truth, that's power. So you stop trying to be the good one, you just try to be real. You let your light and your darkness breathe in the same body. And for the first time, your smile feels honest. Not perfect, not pure, just human.